Oh yeah, I think I just creamed myself when I saw the black. Holy shit, this thing is awesome. Look at this black, oh my god. This isn't the jet black, or the piano, the high glossy jet black. This is just black, oh my god, this black is awesome. Whoa, this black is awesome. So let's talk about the iPhone 7 first. The iPhone 7 weighs 138 grams, and honestly it's ridiculously light. I can't believe how light the iPhone is coming out of the box, but it's not a very lightweight. It feels like it has the substance and robustness to it. On the front of the iPhone 7 has a 4.7-inch display with 326 ppi. It's the same exact pixel density as the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 5, and all of the iPhones before that, the ppi has remained the same. But that's not the real big new thing about this iPhone. What Apple has done with this new iPhone is they've taken some of the processing chips and sensors from the big iPad Pro, the huge 13-inch iPad Pro, and bring it down to their phone. So now Apple is saying you're going to get a wider color gamut. And what that means is you're going to get much more colorful colors as you go along your day. So if you go outside or go inside, the color gamut is going to adjust and you're going to get that vibrancy from the iPhone screen. Additionally, the front of the iPhone screen is protected by something ion strengthened glass. And what that means is basically it's a special procedure. If you want to go have a link, just click right there and I'll attach a story for you to learn more about this stuff. But there's more to this iPhone than meets the eye. The home button as well, while we're on the front of the display, is no longer depressible, meaning if you press on it, it does not sink into the device. What happens is you get a sort of haptic feedback. This is Apple's new trackpad system from their laptops that they're bringing to their smartphones. So you're going to start seeing this trackpad added to the new iPad. Moving on to the left-hand side of the device, I don't know if you guys could see this, but there's a volume button and the usual do not disturb switch that you toggle on and off. It all feels the same. It's the same clicky feel that you had with the previous iPhone, and this one feels a little bit more metallic for some reason compared to the others. Additionally, since we're talking about the volume, all iPhones now have a stereo sound system, meaning you're going to have basically dual front-facing speakers, or you get the idea of dual front-facing speakers. Apple was able to accomplish this by removing the headphone port, or the 3.5mm headphone jack. Now it all goes through the Lightning connector. They have also included an adapter to match your old headphones using the Lightning connector. I'm not really sure how I feel about this as yet, but I'll let you guys know in the review, so be sure to subscribe. On the right-hand side of the device, as you can see, it has a really nice rolled, curved, soft edges, and that power button. It's very, very small, so I'll power it up right now. Before we go to the rear of the device, let's talk about the cameras on this. Apple has upgraded all of their cameras. The front-facing camera is a 7 megapixel at f2.2. What that means is you're basically going to be able to do 1080p at 30 frames per second, gorgeous video quality, gorgeous selfies. Apple has finally gotten it together and given us something that's wow. But the fun and the upgrades doesn't stop there. In the 7, you also get a new 12 megapixel sensor, and this megapixel sensor actually has an f-stop of f1.8. If you don't know what f1.8 is, I'll show you. Right now I'm shooting this video at f3.2. This is what f1.8 looks like. Do you see how much blurry my hand just got using an f1.8 or an aperture of f1.8? Not even my fingertip. Look how blurry my fingertip. So this is in focus right now. And look how blurry it goes right outside of the view. So which means you're going to get brighter images, and I don't know if you know about the brightness, but it just got a little brighter in here, and a lot more sharper and a lot more blurrier backgrounds. And the fun doesn't stop there with the camera. The back camera also has a four, not two, 4 LED light bulbs inside of it. So you're going to get really amazing picture quality in low light. Your pictures aren't going to look warmer or cooler, or you're not going to look like a super ghost. Now you're going to get that exact image that you want. Now they have actually one up Microsoft, because Microsoft, they use 3 xenon for all of their top-end cameras. This uses 4 LEDs. Oh my goodness. Now to the internal sort of things. Yes, I know I could have wiped down the device, but I didn't. This is part of the video. This is how it is. This is the experience that you get when you open it. So inside of the chipset, now you have Apple's A10 chipset, and what that is, it is actually a quad-core processing with 6 cores of GPU rendering, meaning you have 4 cores. That's double the amount of processors coming from the iPhone 6, meaning you should blow through tasks. Now the 7 comes with 2 gigabytes of RAM. The storage options has also increased as well to 32, 128, and 256 gigabytes. Obviously, you're going to want to go for the 128 or 256. If you're on a budget, you might want to go for the 32, but I highly recommend you get the most amount of RAM storage space as possible. So 128 should be your option. Now, Apple has also increased the battery size on this. It's 1960 milliamperes per hour, so 1960 milliamperes per hour. That's a huge upgrade coming from last year's iPhone 6, which was 1710, I believe. Now, that being said, Apple says this is going to give you 14 hours, and from my usage of all Apple products, what I've noticed is they don't lie. You might be able to get that 14, you might be able to get a little bit more. That's because Apple has upgraded all of their sensors, which are going to give you a better day-to-day product. But if you want to see it tested out in my review, be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what you want to see in the review, and subscribe so you get my review on day one. Oh, and one last thing, the entire iPhone 7 and 7 Plus is water resistant, meaning it's waterproof, IP67 they said, meaning you could keep your phone in the swimming pool or go in the ocean with it for up to 1 meter in depth for 30 minutes. Chances are, you know, usually Apple go a little beyond that because they don't want the bad press. If you want to see me dunk this iPhone or take photos in a pool or something, leave a comment down below telling me to do it, and I will do it, but be sure to subscribe because it might be in my review video. Now, this version does ship with iOS 10, and we'll cover that in the review as well. Going back to the home button, in the setup page, now you have the options to choose. Before you had this depressible button, and the 1 feels really light, 2 feels like double touches, and 3 just feels like really deep. I like 3, it kind of feels sort of realistic. Now if you're wondering how thin it is, it's 7.1 millimeters, or...
Pulled up looking picture perfect, baby.